All right, so I'm out here. Windy evening. It's really nice, low humidity today. It's been an amazing day. I think it got up to 97 or 98, but our humidity's been really low and there's a north wind, so it's actually so pleasant. Like, why did the rest of the summer have to be so hateful? Because this is actually very manageable. Like, I'm barely glistening. I'm not even really glistening right now. It's so comfortable. Anyway, it's about 5:30 at night now. I really should have come out earlier, but I was doing other things. I wanted to show you, this video, I'm here to finish up the circle bed. It's been maybe a week or so. I just needed to get out here and do it. So I'm here to finish that circle bed. I've got some, what I think will be some good mulch. Should look really nice, I hope. I brought some stuff. I took some cuttings. Well, these aren't those. It says pawpaw and angel trumpet. It's not either one of those things. This is a variegated lantana called Samantha. I have it growing behind the garage. But you just break off a piece and put it in some soil and it roots most of the time. I'm gonna say most of the time. About all the time it's gonna root. So I plan on taking more cuttings of this. But these were under my grow lights that I won from Heavenly Hills Homestead. The Monaios L lights, and they've been flowering. Like, this is, I think, their second flush of flowers. I think these have been under the lights maybe 2.5, 3 months. They were just tiny little babies that broke off when I was weeding the bed, and boom, they're growing and they're flowering in the house. So that's mace balls. Anyway, I'm gonna put them out here. Hopefully they don't burn up. We're only supposed to be in the 90s this week, like today might have been the warmest day, mid to lower 90s the rest of the week. Fingers crossed. Lantana's pretty neat, but they've been under grow lights, right? They've been under grow lights for most of their rooted life. So this may be a little bit of a shock to them. Anyway, I'm putting them in. I think that's the neighbor's AC. Doesn't sound good, does it? Anyway, another thing that I took a cutting of is my Mexican heather. I don't know if you have it says pawpaw, but it's not. Mexican heather. I don't know if you have Mexican heather where you are, but it makes these teeny tiny little purple flowers. They're just adorbs. This is also a piece that broke off. It roots so easy. And I've noticed this year that it reseeded from last year. I've never seen Mexican heather reseed. Mine reseeds. So I'll probably dig up some babies too. Anyway, propagates. Super easy. That's gonna go in the circle bed. That's gonna look super sweet. And then another one that I picked from my backyard to propagate is this ajuga, and it's flowering inside under grow lights. I've had this in this pot the same at least 2 months. So I just took up one of my ajuga. Now, since it started flowering, the leaves have gotten smaller. The leaves were a lot bigger, a lot fleshier, but then it started to elongate. It started to bolt, basically. The leaves got a little smaller, but look at that pretty little flower. So this is a ground cover. This will send out runners, kind of like a strawberry. It'll send out runners, and I kind of want to put it in this circle bed as a ground cover so that I won't have to, in the future, always mulch. I should have a nice ground cover of ajuga. This particular ajuga or bugleweed, is it bungleweed or bugleweed? Look it up. I would suggest you look it up because I'm not sure. But anyway, this likes shade, and I think with all the plants in there, the shade's gonna be fine, but I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something else. About the bugleweed. Oh, chocolate. It's called chocolate chip? No, mahogany. Excuse me. Mahogany. So this is mahogany ajuga. The leaves are gonna get when it's in real sun, a little bit of real sun, it's gonna get more burgundy and less green on the leaves. Anyway, it's pretty. Okay, I don't want to make this a really super long intro, but what I'm gonna do, I have my little terracotta pots that are filth, absolute filth. Anyway, I'm gonna clean off some of my terracotta pots, and I've got some seedlings from the house, some more. Now this is all, don't look. I was so terrible with my seedlings. They look like junk. I know, they look like junk. It's gonna be fine. These are some of my vegetable seedlings that I was potting up. You can see that I have some zinnia that I started from seed. I've got some dwarf, what is this? Dwarf Thumbelina zinnia. And then I have some Oklahoma pink zinnia. And they're all stunted, right? I have some sunflower, I have a jade sunflower, 2 jade sunflowers, and then a buttercream sunflower. They're all stunted, they're all yellowing, they're all suffering because they've been in these cell trays for too long, because that's how I do things. So, let me take one out. so this is the Jade F1 hybrid sunflower. This seedling has been in here since the 9th of July. This is too long. It's not going to do anything because it's root bound. So what I want to do is I want to take some of these terracotta pots, different sizes, and I just want to plant them up and set the terracotta pots in the circle bed after it's freshly mulched and weeded and looking fabulous. And I think it's going to be really cute. So we'll see. Small pots are going to be for the zinnias. I mean, I think that's plenty of soil for an annual, right? And then the really big pot, I think I'll put the sunflowers, and I might do all 3 sunflowers in there, right? You know how I do things. It's called cramscaping, okay? It's not landscaping, it's cramscaping. I'm always putting too many things, but it's gonna be fine. I think I'm gonna put all the sunflowers in the big one, and then I'll put the zinnias in the smaller ones. It's gonna be adorbs. It's gonna be adorbs. All right, so that's my plan. Let me go ahead and get the bed mulched. Before it gets dark, hopefully I can get this whole bed mulched. I'll do a little more trimming, pulling of weeds. Anyway, you're gonna see it. I don't know why I keep telling you things and then do it. And then tell you again after I did it. This is what I do. Okay, I'll be right back. When I was at HEB the other day, they didn't have the mulch I liked. So I got this New Earth enriched topsoil. And I'm hoping it's dark and will look like mulch. So we're about to see. And I thought, oh, it's brown. Oh, it's brown. It's not dark, but actually this will look fine. This will look better than what it already looks like. A little bit. Not as dramatic of a dramatic effect as I'd hoped, but it's 100% recycled, enriches soil, safe for family and pets. What does that mean? Enriched topsoil is made from 100% recycled products from right here in our community. Enriched topsoil is a natural product, blah, blah, blah. Add to new grass installations. Does it have fertilizer in it? It's enriched. This was $2.54 a bag for this topsoil, and I got 3 bags. I'm thinking I won't need that much because I'm not going to go real heavy with it. I'm just going to go in and around and amongst the plants to make it look pretty. And then after I plant the new things, you know, I'll just go over that too. Anyway, I keep telling you what I'm doing, and then I do it, and then I tell you about it again. Think when I wet it down, it'll look different? It doesn't look that different. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. So I've gone all the way around that circle bed with the topsoil. Looks nice. Looks nice. I wish it was darker. It looks nice because it covered up all the leaves. You know, dead leaves, not live leaves. It covered up all the dead leaves, and you know, just it made a nice clean slate. Even though it's a light brown instead of a dark brown, it's evenly brown. It's evenly brown. So I'm running out of daylight. I don't think I'm gonna finish today. I'm not gonna finish today. No, I mean, it'll be done by the end of this video. It's not gonna be today. So as far as potting up these things, I'm not using topsoil in pots because that's a no-no. Don't do that. Although that topsoil is questionable, HEB. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Anyway, we're gonna use this garden soil. It's not potting mix. I don't have any. If I had more bags of this, I'd have used this to mulch with because it's dark. It's pretty. Anyway, I think sunflowers and zinnias will be fine in here. They're just annuals. Anyway, look at that. Oh, that's nice. That's like chocolate cake mix. Anyway, let's pop it. Yeah, this is fine. This really doesn't feel much different than my potting mix, so I'm not going to stress. It feels like it's mostly like a bark. It feels like a pine bark. I don't know. It doesn't look clumpy. It doesn't look like it has a lot of clay, which is what I would be more worried about putting in a container like this terracotta pot. Anything that had a lot of clay that was going to clog the hole. I feel 100% confident that water's going to run through this pot just fine, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. All right, so in this big pot, this is my largest terracotta pot that I have right now. So I'm going to put sunflowers in here. All right, so look at that. I'm going to bury that sunflower. I think that was a mosquito. That hurt. What is this? This is the Jade F1. I have 2 of those. Yeah. So, dogs are outside. They're playing with the other neighbor's dogs. All right, I'm gonna bury it a little bit deep, just because, you know, a lot of stuff you want to bury at the level it was in the container. Rebel like that. See how they do. They can't look, they really can't look much worse. I'm so mean to these babies. Okay, so there's 2 of the Jade F1. And then I have the buttercream. And these are so stunted, they're probably gonna bloom really tiny. You know how some sunflowers, they're supposed to get like many feet tall and they only get a few inches. That's these. Look at that. There's plenty. There's not plenty of room. No. But we'll see how they do. Maybe they'll just give me a little tiny baby bloom. Everything's an experiment. I'm such a rebel. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. There it is. Oh. Tag. Buttercream. Okay. So that'll go in the bed. This pot already has soil in it. Old soil. Mostly peat moss. I'm just gonna add to it. I'm gonna mend it with this stuff. This bag, no wonder this bag was so heavy. This stuff is wet. Just making sure my dogs hadn't gotten out the gate. That'd be a mess. Okay, we have 3 German Shepherds, by the way. Chloe, who you hear most of the time in my videos. Bella, and then Shadow. Bella and Chloe are sisters. They're litter mates. They look very different, but they're sisters. They're not like, you know, call them full-blooded shepherds. They're just, we got them from a co-worker of my husband's. His dog, his German Shepherd, who had papers, wandered across the street and visited the neighbor's shepherd. Anyway, she got pregnant. Yeah, as one does when they go visiting. And so he was giving him away, and we got Bella. And then Bella was driving us nuts because we were living in an RV at the time. We were on this property, but we didn't have a house yet. We were living in our RV, and she was driving us nuts. But we're like, we got to go get her sister. We got to go get another one because she needs a friend. So we went and got Chloe. And Chloe, oh, and then Shadow belonged to my husband's niece. I think he does. Her husband was breeding them. He came from was a breeder, I don't know. But anyway, she had to move out of her house into an apartment. She couldn't have a big dog, and we're like, well, we were neighbors, and we're like, let's just give Shadow to us. We'll keep him because he's a sweetheart, and the girls already know him. They love him. So he's like, he's I think 2 years younger, but he moves slower, and he's big. He's so big, and he moves real slow. He's got bad hips, poor baby. But anyway, we have 3 shepherds. So Thumbelina, Zinnia. So you can see whenever I seed in these cell trays, I overseed. Like, oh, I didn't get a whole lot of root on that, did I? I like to put a bunch in a cell, and I don't snip them. I keep all of them. I just separate them and I bury them deep. And a lot of times it works. And if it doesn't, that's fine. This is how I do all my seedlings, whether it's vegetable, annual, perennial. Doesn't matter. If I'm growing it from seed, I chuck a bunch of seeds in the cell, and then when they come up, I separate them out. And when I pot them up, I literally bury them deeper than they were. Just when they're babies, not when they're like mature and have woody stems. But when they're babies, I bury them, and it always works. I tell you, I never can do a pretty pot. I've done so many containers and they all look like garbage. I have no talent, no creative talent to make a pretty pot. But this is Zinnia, so it should look pretty on its own. So this is the Oklahoma. No, this is the Thumbelina. Dwarf Thumbelina. So that should look really cute in that pot for sure. These, they already have soil in them. Old soil. I always reuse my old soil. I just add to it. Just add to it. That's fine. All right, so now I'm gonna do the Oklahoma Zinnia. It's a really pretty pink, really pretty. How many do I have? I have 3. That's too much. I have 3 little pots, okay. So 1 in each pot. That's gonna look super cute. There, okay. Filth, am I filth? Okay, so I think that's all I was gonna put in pots. I think these I'm gonna plant directly in the ground. Just as zinnias are gonna go in pots. I think I like that idea. Okay, it's getting dark. I think I'm gonna think about whether or not this is all happening today. It's almost dark, but I did it. I finished it. I planted everything, and it looks really good. I'm very pleased. And then probably I'll come back tomorrow and just kind of identify a few things, but I want you to see what it looks like now at dusk. And then tomorrow, I can tell you what some of the individual plants are in this bed. This bed's a hot mess, but it looks way better for sure. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep the junk out of the shot, but look at that. So much better. So much better. I need to come out here with my selfie stick so I can do a better walk around. Oh, I'm so excited. I got my little pots. They're adorbs. Look at the mulch in there. There's my moldy watery station. I have a red wasp that parks himself here and just drinks water. It's really adorbs. My echinaceas. Look at that. The cicadas are really loud. But yeah, so much better. My little ajuga. Cuteness. There's my zinnias. My little white rose has bloomed since the beginning of the video, or the first part of the video. And then Samantha. Cute. That's a bay laurel. Anyway, I'm going to go over all this later. But yeah, it looks so good. So good. And I planted the other Samantha right there. So yeah, very nice. Nice. I'm pleased. So much better. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go inside. I'm a little dehydrated, a little tired, and I'm gonna call this done. It's done. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.